Good morning, y'all. Today we are making some quiche Lorraine using pork belly. And so to get started, we're going to dice up a stick of butter and then 1 cup of flour and a teaspoon of salt, and get it blended together in a mixer just so that butter is nice and crumbled all together to where it's a powder. Then we're going to get it into a bowl. I throw in 2 tablespoons of milk to start with and mix it up. It was still pretty thick, so I'm going to add in 2 more tablespoons of milk. Sometimes I use 3, sometimes it gets up to 6 depending on the weather, but this time it was 4. I get it nice and mixed together, floured, and then I pop it in the freezer while I'm getting everything else ready. So here's the pork belly. I got it sliced into thin slices, and we're just going to cook it up really good and add in the onion so it's got time to saute down in there as well. Get it all mixed in well. And since this is pork belly, you want to season it pretty generously. We've got salt, pepper, and then I gave it a little bit of honey so it still had that sweet and salty bacon flavor that we all love. Our dough is done chilling, so we're going to roll it out into a thin pie crust. Once we get it all rolled out, I'm going to grab my cast iron pie pan and get that nice and buttered up. And then I'm going to roll the dough back onto the rolling pin, which makes it easy to get it into the pie pan. I drop it in there, and then I just smooth it out into the pie pan. Now I'm going to take a fork and trim off all the excess edges here. And then just to make it kind of pretty, I use the fork to give it a little design. Poke some holes in the bottom, and it is ready to go. We're going to bring it next to the stove and throw that pork belly and onions in there. Spread it out. Then I had some Swiss and Gruyère cheese on hand that I'm going to top with. That's about ½ cup. And then I'm going to shred some more. This is smoked Gruyère cheese, and it is delicious. So I'm going to shred up about 1 cup of this and pop that on top as well and spread it out nice and evenly. Up next, we're going to throw in 4 eggs and 1.5 cups of heavy cream. And we're gonna mix that together really well so you don't have any lumpy eggs in there. We're gonna season it with some salt, pepper, and some nutmeg. Then we're gonna mix that together. We'll pour it into our pie pan with everything else, and then we're going to throw it in the oven. In the oven, we start off at 450 for 10 minutes, and then lower it down to 350 for about 15 minutes. And when this comes out of the oven, guys, it is so delicious looking. You want to make sure it's not jiggling. If it is, give it a few more minutes, but this cooked up beautifully. The crust is perfect, nice and crunchy. You can see it holds together really well here. It's steaming and delicious. And here's my taste test. Guys, this was delicious. The family devoured it. Even the kids had 2 slices each. You really need to try this one.